Hey, welcome everybody to the 40 Finance channel. We got a little bit of a special episode today. We're going to take a look at the top growth stocks per SeekingAlpha Premium. So we'll go through about 10 of the names on the SeekingAlpha top growth stocks list. And I can tell you, I don't own any of these stocks. So this is really just more of an idea generator, right? Using a service like this to try to find potential opportunities that may or may not be a fit for your portfolio. But at least from where I sit, I enjoy reading about new companies and kind of figuring out, what is the bull case for some of these companies that I've never heard of before. Now, one of the reasons that I chose this format for this video is because SeekingAlpha is having a phenomenal end of summer sale right now. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that I use this platform all the time. It's featured in all of my videos. I am also an affiliate for SeekingAlpha. And one of the best parts for you, since I've been a long-time affiliate for SeekingAlpha, is that my affiliate link actually gives you the best deal that's on the market today. So that link is in the description if you decide to look at it. Okay, let's get into these top growth stock picks, and I'll give you a preview of how this all works. But if you're looking for it after you sign up, there's this menu at the top, and you can see top stocks. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but they have some pre-sorted lists. And then you can actually also just go in there and make your own stock screener, and you'll still be able to see all this information. It'll just be the inputs that you put together. Now, for this pre-sorted list, they have a couple of filters, right? So they have the growth filter, first and foremost, and they use a letter grade system. It kind of parlays with this green to red system that they also use for their quant score. But I chose market cap of $1 billion to $10 billion. So no real nickel and dime stocks here, okay? These are all like mid-cap stocks. I would argue, mid-cap at least gives you some establishment of a company, but these days market caps run up pretty high. But we're going to do market cap 1 billion to 10 billion. We want the quant rating, which is the algorithm that SeekingAlpha uses, which balances these functions over here. Try to bring them over. Balances valuation, growth, profitability, momentum, and EPS. It wraps all those things together, and it gives you one score of a quant score. Okay, so there's a momentum element to this, absolutely for sure. And then the last filter, we're just going with growth. Okay, so that could be revenue growth, that could be EPS growth. It really just depends on the stock, and we'll pick off some of these names here. Okay, so first on the list in terms of the quant score, and really there's a few that are tied, 4.99 on the quant score. So sometimes I kind of eyeball it across myself and I'm looking for lots and lots of green. And that's exactly what this company, Daqo New Energy Corp, seems to be providing. They've got green from the authors, from Wall Street, valuation, growth, profitability. Let's take a look and see exactly what this company does, and that will bring you to their stock page. This is not a stock I'm familiar with. I'm not much of an energy investor. I'm going to switch this to year to date, and it does look like this one has taken off. I guess I'm not super surprised because of what's been going on with energy. But you get a little preview here of what's going on a SeekingAlpha stock page. On one side, you sort of have an opinion analysis, they call it, but it's really just author opinions. Then you also have a news side, which reports more or less on factual information. And then you've got a lot of different metrics, but what I'm looking for is this. I'm looking for the company profile. So Daqo New Energy, together with subsidiaries, manufactures and sells polysilicon to photovoltaic product manufacturers in China. Its products are used in ingots, wafers, cells, and modules for solar power solutions. The company was formerly known as Megastand International and changed its name to Daqo New Energy Corp in August 2009. Okay, so that's a lot to digest, and I am not the solar panel expert, but I'm just going to make a broad assumption here that they are a key supplier for China's solar industry. So that is a quick preview of the first stock on our list, and obviously you can do your own research. In fact, regardless of what you find on these pre-sorted lists on any website, obviously you're going to want to dig deeper, try to figure out, what exactly am I investing in here. Next up, we have Target Hospitality. I see a couple, not necessarily red flags, but you've got this valuation score of C minus, profitability of C. You also have author rating is not as high as the quant formula and the Wall Street analyst picks. However, let's take a look at Target Hospitality. This one's coming in at $14 right now. It looks like recently it was as low as $5.21. So hard to tell if the ship perhaps has already passed on this. You'd have to dig in deeper on their earnings and try to figure out where they're going from here. And at least this particular analysis came out on July 15th. Strong growth, investors to expect more going forward. I guess what I would caution in this case, because I see this chart of a recent explosion, I would definitely want to dig deeper into all of these articles and the different ratings that SeekingAlpha offers, just to make sure I'm not buying one that's already passed. But all that information is on here. Target Hospitality, though, that could be a freebie for you to research on your own. Next up, we have ARLP, Alliance Resource Partners. They're pretty much getting green across the board. Plus, you have a 5% dividend here. Let's see what these guys are all about. I'm going to guess energy. But let's see how it works out. This is a 6-month chart. They were at 1278. Now they're at 2383. So tough to tell if they have more room to run. The last update was from this analysis, August 16th. They say recovery complete, time to pack your bags. So this is why you have to dig deeper. I don't know if this is true. Okay, I don't even know a lot about this company. I'm just picking off names to help you. Alliance Resource Partners, natural resource, produce and markets coal, primarily to utilities and industrial users. So one thing to know about coal that I only read in the headlines right now is as oil production has sort of been stressed, not only with the Ukraine invasion, but also some of the policy that we have here in the United States. When oil becomes too expensive, or dare I say scarce, a lot of places switch over to coal burning plants. So it's a bit of an interesting quandary from like an environmental perspective. Like the more we squeeze oil, the more we actually use coal. And that's hard for some people to understand. But, with energy, you're talking about a commodity. So you're going to have to try to figure out how the coal market is looking over the next 6 to 8 months, I would say, before you officially invest in this one. All right, next on our list is the last of the 4.99s, at least for the quant score, and that is CPG Crescent Point Energy. So even though these are mid caps, they are still in the energy game. So for me, at least, this list does not include a lot of companies that I'm personally familiar with. Crescent Point Energy explores, develops, and produces light and medium crude oil, natural gas reserves in Western Canada and the United States. Its crude oil and natural gas properties and related assets are located in basically Canada. So once again, we have an energy company, and you have to figure out as an investor, is there anything left in this game? All right, next we have Enerplus Corporation, which is also in energy and commodities. I'm just going to skip it because for me, it's the same thing over and over. I want to get to Super Microcomputer. Let's open them up. This is a $70 stock, And let's see, 6-month chart, you've had quite a run from 39 up to 70. You still do have greens though here across the different spectrum of ratings. And if we go down and see what exactly this company does, they develop and manufacture high-performance server and storage solutions based on modular and open architecture. Solutions range from complete server storage, modular blades, servers, a whole bunch of stuff here. So this could be intriguing if you dig deeper, at least intriguing to me. You have a company that is, basically in the server space, physical server space. We think a lot about the cloud, but at the end of the day, the cloud is hosted by physical servers just in redundant areas and warehouses across the world. So this would be one that is probably more or less my style that I'd want to dig into a little deeper. But, I get the idea from this pre-sorted list here on SeekingAlpha. What else do we have? Livent Corporation. I'm not familiar with them. Oh, okay. Aggressively growing pure lithium play. So not necessarily energy, but you're still in commodities. They manufacture and sell lithium compounds primarily used in batteries, polymers, and chemical synthesis applications in North America. All right, so it's not quite oil, but you're still digging stuff out of the ground. And anytime you get into that world, which is not my specialty at all, you have to worry about commodity prices and you have to worry about demand. I do like that it is in lithium when I consider where batteries are going in the future. For me, though, I just have to read a little bit more to figure out, what type of player this is in the bigger lithium game. All right, back to the list here. We have ATI. Let's see what ATI is all about. And it looks like Allegheny Technologies, riding the growth. That's what they said here on June 20th. At least that particular analyst said that. And if we go down, they manufacture and sell specialty materials and components. Company operates in 2 segments, high-performance materials and advanced alloys. The HPMC segment produces various materials, including titanium alloys, nickel, cobalt, all kinds of stuff. So rare earth type minerals is what I'm reading. And if I understand it correctly here, they are also taking these rare earth minerals and turning them into products and then selling the products. So this could be very interesting, particularly if they have any different plays in the American infrastructure bill, right? If they have any ties to that Biden just signed. So if we do start working on our streets and our bridges and whatever, could ATI be a beneficiary here? That would be an interesting bull case to look at and try to speculate on. All right, back to the growth list. Let's pick off another company that is definitely not energy. How about this one, MI Homes? So this could be very interesting because I would say most people think that real estate is in a very bad place for the next 12 to 24 months, right? With interest rates, etc. So how would MI Homes fare in that type of environment? It looks like they've run down considerably this year. Started the year at 60. Now you're down to 45. It looks like the low was 35. And what are some of the folks saying here? So MI Homes too cheap even if pain is ahead. I don't know this Daniel Jones particularly, but if you click on any of those analysis articles, you can see they give you the bullet points right ahead. And then you can go down and read the article if you want, and then off to the news side. This is another thing that's sort of nice about SeekingAlpha. If you wanted to go through this, in most cases, they will actually do the earnings call transcript and host it right on the screen. So you can listen to the call if you like. Honestly, some of those calls are long. I like to sort of sort through, so sometimes I'll do a search for like a keyword, like mortgage rates or something on this page and just kind of cycle through. But it is a cool feature where, you know, these earnings calls, if you don't want to spend the time and you want to skip ahead to the parts that you're most interested in, this is quite the time saver. Now, as far as MI Homes in general, what do we have here? So they're number 1 in their industry, 6 in their sector. These are some other competitors. And it looks like in the last 30 days, we have strong buy and buy. Wall Street in the last 90 days has a strong buy and a buy. And then you have the profile. Now, what could be interesting for MI Homes is that they are a home builder. Okay, so when we think about weakness in the mortgage industry, or excuse me, the house industry, some people might relate that more or less to existing home sales. Have the prices run up too high? Will mortgage rates interfere with that? But new home builds, depending on where they're located, can sometimes provide an affordable option for families, especially when you start getting further and further out in the suburbs. You know, one of the sweet spots for a company like MI Homes is they'll build an entire development, right, of 100 houses. And of course, they have to market it at an attractive price, but they do not have to worry as much about inventory because they buy tracts of land years in advance and they go through a permit process. So perhaps that's in the bull case for MI Homes. You could certainly find out by reading some of this information here. All right, guys, so those are some growth stock names, at least in the mid-cap space, 1 billion to 10 billion in market cap. Some growth stock names that SeekingAlpha presents on their platform. And the purpose here, obviously, was to give you some ideas to do your own research and kind of preview the SeekingAlpha platform, because right now, it's basically that ridiculous price that you can get through my affiliate link below, $99. So if you're interested, potentially support the channel, that offer is down below. And even if that platform's not for you, worst case scenario, I gave you a few stock names to look at in your spare time, maybe research to see if they might be a fit for your portfolio. All right, guys, let me know what you think about those stock picks down below. Hope everybody is doing well. We'll see you on the next video.